All right, welcome inside to our Cat's Corner roundtable, although we don't have the actual table this week, but we are sort of in a semicircle here. Former Providence head coach Tim Welsh, former Tennessee head coach Bruce Pearl, and our ESPN analysts. All right, so throughout the course of the show, we've been talking about Nerlens Noel's injury, and John Calipari brought up an interesting point about being very proactive about insurance, mentioning that 4 to 5 on this team, 6 last year, had this insurance policy, maybe 8 next year. How much do you think this will be the norm for those elite level players?
I'm proactive with insurance, health insurance, life insurance. You know, I didn't have to have a whole lot of player insurance. Tobias Harris was a one and done for me at Tennessee, and his father did take care of the possibility that he was going to get injured and what he was going to happen in his future. With one and dones, if the rules stay the same, I see this becoming more of the norm.
Absolutely, you have to do it. I mean, you look at guys, you look at all the Kentucky guys that have gone one and done, and now the problem with Noel, and you look back to a guy like a Greg Oden. I mean, hopefully Nerlens Noel can make a full recovery, but all of these things come into the decision process, and you have to look at a guy like Oden, and you talk about Robbie Hummel and what he's gone through as well. You have to protect yourself, especially those great ones that John gets.
Now, Cal said that by the time he's got to make up his mind, he'd be 2 months into his rehab. What do you think the chances are that Noel comes back?
I don't think he's going to come back. He's going to be a top 4 or 5 pick anyways. I can understand that as far as the rehabilitation is concerned. Maybe he comes back, and then when he signs that first pro contract, he's got 3 years to really make an impact in the NBA. But I don't think he's coming back, knowing his family, knowing their needs.
The potential, it's all on potential, and that's what the NBA drafts on, and that's what they have to draft on now. And their last sighting of Nerlens Noel was a good one before the injury. It was a great one. Now, if he comes back and he doesn't perform as well next year, that'll be their last discussion of him. So he has to keep that lasting memory of when he was blocking shots and dominating as a defender in their mind. And then when the draft happens, he'll be in the early stages, early of recovery, so there won't be an evaluation of him medically. So I think he's got to come out now.
All right, so Kentucky right now without Nerlens Noel, they lost by 30 points at Bruce's old school at Tennessee. And that put them in the first 4 out, according to our bracketologist, Joe Lenardi. So, Bruce, they've got 6 games left. 4 of the 6 are at home, but 2 tough road games at Arkansas and Georgia. What are the chances that Kentucky makes the NCAA tournament?
I don't think Kentucky's going to make the NCAA tournament, and I haven't thought they were going to make the tournament even with Nerlens Noel. Ole Miss was the biggest win that they had on their schedule. I think they'll be difficult to win 2 more games in these last 6. But if I'm John Calipari, I'm going to challenge my guys in one way. This team's got a chance to do something that last year's great team couldn't do, and that is win the SEC tournament. It's held in Nashville. They're going to paint the town blue. Let's work on getting better, improving. Let's not worry about the tournament and the record. Let's see if we can win a few games and maybe win the SEC tournament.
Well, clearly they were playing a lot better before Noel got hurt, and they were maybe on the road to getting there if they kept improving at that rate. But now they've got to take a step back and kind of retool the team. John said he's going to burn the tape after the Tennessee game, but I think he's going to look at the tape, and I think he has looked at the tape, and they have to make major adjustments with their defense, be more of a help defensive team. When you have a great shot blocker, you rely, you gamble. Sometimes you get a little bit lazy on defense. You can't get lazy with this schedule because there's some games there that they can't have that are there for the taking. At Arkansas, a huge one because they're undefeated at home in the SEC, and of course Florida. But they have to play a different style defensively.